So a Republican congressman filed a $250 million lawsuit against Twitter. Now, this is absolutely hilarious for a variety of reasons. I'm going to show you, when he announced this, it was in an interview with Hannity, who, of course, is known to throw softball questions at Republican politicians. Now, Alan Dershowitz, who's nobody's lefty, he claims like, oh yeah, I'm a moderate Democrat. This dude has been doing Trump defending nonstop, Republican defending nonstop, and there's nothing he would like more than to hop in on the side of Nunes here and be like, yeah, totally, Twitter, bad, sue him, you're right. Alan Dershowitz was like, dude, you have less than no case. Like, this is embarrassing. You're going to get laughed out of the courtroom. Now, if you think that he's wrong, you got another thing coming. Dershowitz is actually 100% right. Take a look at his description of his own lawsuit here, and then I'll break it down for you, and we'll laugh about it.
All right, just hours ago, former Intel Committee Chairman Congressman Devin Nunes filed a $250 million lawsuit against Twitter in Virginia State Court, alleging the social media company negligently failed to remove defamatory and malicious tweets about the congressman and his family. Twitter is declining comment tonight, but here to talk about this lawsuit and much more, California Congressman Devin Nunes. You do have a high bar. We all need that, because if you're a public figure, you need actual malice and what's known as a reckless disregard for the truth, or else I would sue people every hour of every day. But it's harder. It's not like in the case of the Covington High School kid. Tell us about the suit.
Yeah, so this is the first of many, Sean. And what we're doing here is we're actually going after Twitter first because they are the main proliferator and they spread this fake news and the slanderous news. So if you look at the lawsuit, I think people can go and look at it on Fox News. It's all there. But the case we're basically making is this was an orchestrated effort. So people were targeting me. There were anonymous accounts that were developed. And look, there's not supposed to be. These accounts aren't supposed to exist. Twitter says that they don't have accounts that do this. So, like I said, this is the first of many lawsuits that are coming. But there were several fake news accounts, whether it was regard to the Russia investigation or to me. And we have to hold all of these people accountable, because if we don't, our First Amendment rights are at stake here. This isn't 20 years ago, Sean. What's happening is that Twitter becomes the gaslighting for all of the news. And when they're regulating us, they're regulating what people can see on my tweets, which they've done, and then they're proliferating out things that they agree with the algorithms that they develop. They need to come clean. They're not a public square. They are content developers.
For example,
that's right. So if you remember, last summer they shadow banned me.
Well, and he denied that ever went on, and he said he wants to be fair, but your analysis has not shown that it is fair across the board, and that a lot of these social media sites are, in fact, using those algorithms, if you will, or their behaviors to advance one side, which would then be, what, a political donation for Democrats?
Well, how is it that every day there's conservatives that are being banned? So, look, they don't want to call it shadow banning. That's fine. They can call it whatever they want to call it. But the fact of the matter is people could not see my tweets. Okay? So now, but if you move forward, if you get emails from Twitter, it's constantly left-wing stuff. It's constantly fake news stuff. So I think if Twitter wants to be in the public square and they don't want to be a content developer, they should come clean, give us all your algorithms. How is it possible that I can be attacked relentlessly hundreds of times a day by fake accounts that they claim in their terms of service should not be there? So I guarantee you, if I put something out that was sexually explicit or attacked someone personally, they would stop it. They would say this is a sensitive tweet. They never did that to any of the people that were coming after me or other conservatives. So, and this is more than just conservatives. Every American should care about this if they care about the First Amendment, because the press has definitely changed. You've said it numerous times. The press is dead. And that's why if we don't go and clean this up, and I've actually said this on your show a few weeks ago, This is part of the continuing Russia investigation. We're not going to just let all these fake news stories that were written about this investigation, about this hoax, that were lies. We're going to challenge every single one of them in court. We're just starting with Twitter.
Okay, so first of all, it's hilarious that he thinks he's a hero. He really does. But let me just get out of the way, first and foremost, my take on some very basic things here. Shadow banning, is it real, is the first question. The answer is yes. Shadow banning is 100% real. Is it only targeted at conservatives? No, it is not. Should shadow banning happen? My personal opinion? No, it shouldn't happen. I know because for a segment I was doing, I went to try to find David Duke's Twitter account, and I couldn't find it. When you type it when I typed it in, I don't know if this is still the case now, but back when I did it, which was a while ago, it was the case. When I typed it into the Twitter search bar, it didn't come up. I had to go to Google, type in Twitter David Duke, and then it would come up through the Google search. It would not come up on Twitter. So, yes, shadow banning is real. Is it only used on conservatives? No. Is Kyle Kulinski in favor of any kind of shadow bans? No, I'm not. I'm not. I think that's I think it's just honestly kind of silly. Like, people will find ways around it, and on principle, you shouldn't stop people from being able to find what they're looking for. If somebody, directly threatens somebody or doxes somebody, then yeah, Twitter has a role to pull it down, and even if you're the most hardcore free speech absolutist, you can take that position, and I do take that position. But shadow banning shouldn't be a thing. Now, in terms of my overall position regarding free speech on the internet, everybody knows what I'm for. I've talked about it endlessly. But I think that Twitter ultimately should be regulated like a public utility because it is the town square. It is the public square. And it's not just any other platform. And you can't just say, hey, start your own platform and get your voice out there. No, it's where, it's so large and so powerful, just like Facebook. And that should be regulated like a public utility too, that we should lean overwhelmingly on the side of free speech, and the only time we really take action is what I laid out already, which is direct threats of violence or doxing or, provable cases of libel, slander, and things of that nature, which is notoriously hard to prove, infamously hard to prove, famously hard to prove, whatever. So that's my take. I think we should regulate these like public utility, and that's the best solution, and people who are screaming for censorship on both sides, I think, are ridiculous. Now, here's why his lawsuit, because some people might hear what he said and think, oh, Devin Nunes is trying to have those things done. Like, stop shadow banning and regulate it like a public utility. Listen very clearly to what his specific complaint is, because that matters. The details matter in court. The names of the accounts that he's losing his shit over and he's suing over. There was an account, or is an account, called Devin Nunes' Cow, and Devin Nunes' mom, who've basically been shitposting and trolling Devin Nunes this entire time because he's a hacky piece of shit Republican congressman. And he was the head of the committee on the Russia investigation or whatever. Sorry for the beeping in the background. So, dude, that's called a parody. That's called a joke. That's called trolling. That's called shitposting. You know who does even more shitposting? The far right. The far right is actually known for their shitposting / trolling prowess. Now, have any of you ever seen me ever do a segment where I say, hey, we should do a lawsuit to try to get the far right to stop from shitposting and doing their Pepe memes and doing their, whatever. I've never said it because I'm not an idiot, because I understand that once you set that precedent, what a horrendous precedent that would be. You want to give these companies the power to stop people from shitposting? Well, obviously that's going to be flipped back on you and your side. No, I say shitposting is a right. So, again, you can't do direct threats of violence. You can't dox somebody. Those are punishable. But they're fucking making fun of you, and that's perfect. Are you kidding me? If you're a public figure, get used to it, bitch. We all get made fun of. All of us get made fun of. All of us get made fun of. And if you didn't have a stick up your ass, you'd actually find some humor in it. You'd actually find it pretty funny. But people call me the Seltzer sellout. That's not really making fun. It's just kind of like a weird thing. But yeah, I find it funny, and I enjoy it. I enjoy it when, people poke fun and shit post and troll and whatnot. How do you have skin that's this thin? So that's literally in the details of the lawsuit. He's like, they spread fake news and they come after me maliciously and they defame me. Devin Nunes' cow and Devin Nunes' mom maliciously defame me online. Pipe down, fuckhead. And then he goes from that to, they're spreading fake news and slanderous news. And then he makes a seamless transition from that to, our First Amendment rights are at stake here. You're doing a lawsuit where you're trying to get accounts pulled for doing slanderous, defamatory stuff against you. The accounts are obvious parodies, Devin Nunes' cow and Devin Nunes' mom. You're the one who is literally trying to crack down on free speech, taking the anti-First Amendment position, anti-free speech position. And then you have the nerve to try to pretend like, my lawsuit is about protecting free speech. No, if you were about protecting free speech, you'd be saying Devin Nunes' cow, have at it. Devin Nunes' mom, have at it. The fuck are you talking about, bro? And their tweets, I read their tweets, not in any way, shape, or form slanderous, not in any way, shape, or form, misleading. Who the fuck sees an account called Devin Nunes' cow and goes, this should not be allowed, and this is obviously real. His cow is actually tweeting at him, doing defamatory stuff. So, and here's the main point of this segment. It has become infuriating to discuss free speech online with far-right characters because they seamlessly go back and forth between whining about how free speech needs to be protected at all costs and they're free speech absolutists. They take that position half the time, and then the other half the time, they seamlessly transition to, everybody who comes after me should really have their shit pulled down. Everybody who comes after me, why isn't Twitter suspending those people who come after me? Why are they not going after those people? Why are they only going after conservatives? By the way, they're not only going after conservatives. There's a bunch of parody accounts that were created based off my nicknames of the Democratic candidates. Bet on My Stork, Amy Cloudbootjar, so on and so forth. So go follow them because I think they're fucking hilarious. This just happened to Bet on My Stork the other day. Pulled down. They said, it's not clear that you're a parody. It says parody right in his fucking name. Bet on My Stork, parody. He was pulled down. Now, thankfully, he got his account back. But he was pulled down and they said it's not clear you're a parody. Fuck you talking about? It happened to Bet on My Stork. It happened to another one of the presidential parody names that I came up with that somebody took the initiative and created an account for. It happened to Peter Douche, who was a parody of Peter Dow, and it said parody in the fucking thing. It happens to so many people on the left when they're accused of, you're fake news. You're Russian. You're a Russian bot. I know people who are not Russian bots who have had their accounts pulled because they're accused of being Russian bots, and they're on the left. So when you say it's only the right-wingers who are getting censored, that is objectively, factually wrong. It's wrong. And stop fucking flipping on the goddamn principle. Stop saying free speech absolutism. Let everybody speak. I'm in favor of an open marketplace of ideas, a free marketplace of ideas. I believe in the First Amendment. I believe in free speech. Let people say whatever they want. Why are you fucking trying to stop them, you snowflake cuck bitch? What do you need, a safe space? Let people say whatever they want. Oh my God, I can't believe that the left is coming after me with this malicious, defamatory stuff. Pull their stuff down. Why is the left not getting pulled down? You should really look into what the left is saying because maybe the left should be pulled down. Which is it? Do you want to pull people down or do you not want to pull people down? He's doing a lawsuit where he's pretending, me, I'm for free speech. Which is why we have to pull down the Devin Nunes' cow account and Devin Nunes' mom account. And how the fuck did you come up with the $250 million number? Really? Are your feelings that hurt? I need $250 million because there was a mean cow online. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. What a fucking dumbass you. It's insulting how dumb you are. I almost feel bad for you. How do you do this lawsuit and then pretend like you're the one for free speech when you're trying to crack down on the free speech, the shit posting, the trolling? Oh my God, Devin Nunes, go away. Go away. You're so embarrassed. This is your legacy now, bro. Your legacy is I'm the contradictory idiot. That's your whole thing. Oh my God. For everybody on the right who actually cares about free speech, let me give you a little tip. If you actually care about free speech, thing number one on your list should be, I'm going to defend the people who are trolling and shitposting against me. Not, they're mean people to me, and therefore they should buy ours and Twitter pulling them down. Because then you expose yourself as an idiot and a hypocrite and a contradictory fool. So stop doing that.